Time is now 6:06. I'm sure kids are glad that they're still out on their summer break, but it's too hot for them to really be going out outside and enjoying it.
Yeah, anytime you run around outside about 5 minutes, and that's about it because you start to overheat. But weather for the pool, even though it's hot outside, so a good reminder to remain hydrated. 94 is what we did yesterday. The really dry air, that's not helping things in terms of staying hydrated while you're spending time outside. But the good news is we didn't break 100 yesterday. If we did, that would have broken a record set back in 1990. But not to worry, because here comes the heat in central Georgia this week. Here's a live look in Lawrence County this morning. 63 is what we're waking up to in Dublin, 62 in Roberta, as well as in Forsyth, down in Cochrane as well, 63 in Eastman, 72 in Americus, and 61 in Thomaston. Nothing to speak of on the radar picture this morning, thanks to that drier air we have built in across central Georgia. You've got to go down to Florida, in fact, off the Florida coast, to find any showers. That down along and south of that front that slid through here during the weekend, that brought the cooler air, and now high pressure that's situated over Virginia is in control of our air, spinning some winds in from the northeast. Let's go on to future view and go hour by hour today, starting off this morning and into the afternoon hours. Temperatures rising rather quickly. Here we go to the noon hour. The air still dry, but temperatures up into the upper 80s. We're going to top out in the mid 90s this afternoon, and compared to what we've seen last week, that's actually quite comfortable, even though it's still above average across central Georgia. 93 down in Unadilla, 94 in Eastman, and 92 in Milledgeville right around 5 p.m. Then into tomorrow morning, temperatures starting off in the 60s once again, but we're not talking about the low to mid 60s we're seeing right now. We're talking about the mid to upper 60s across central Georgia. So we're beginning that stair step back up to the warmer stuff, and that's certainly going to be noticeable tomorrow afternoon as high temperatures make it back into the 100s here in central Georgia. On into Wednesday, we'll start off in the 60s once again. Then Thursday, things begin to change. We get a weak surface boundary coming through. What that means is it's going to provide an axis for some showers and storms as we head into the weekend. There you see there across South Carolina, southeast Georgia, down into Florida. That's Friday afternoon on into Saturday. So rain chances will begin to come back by the time we get to the end of the week, and it's going to stick around through the weekend. It looks like there's Sunday at about 4 p.m. Now, we are headed back to the 100s. Check this out. 100 tomorrow, 104 for Wednesday. Tomorrow, oh, by the way, is the first day of summer. So all of this heat that we saw last week, that was technically in the season of spring, but we'll be back down to 99 by Friday. Now, the heat for Wednesday and Thursday forecasted to break a record. 101 is the record for both days, forecasting 104 for Wednesday and 105 there for Thursday here across central Georgia. Good news is on the humidity front, we're still going to be looking at low humidity, at least for the front half of the week. Here we go into the afternoon today. Dew points in the 40s. That is really nice. So we're just going to be dealing with the heat today. And then for tomorrow, we're looking at dew points in the 40s, the 50s once again, and then start there on Wednesday as well. And once you get into the end of the week, that's when things really begin to get humid again. Now, we've had 4 100-degree days so far this month, forecasting to add 3 more as of now, 13 above average days when you add it all up. And the one thing we do need is the rainfall. Officially, so far for the month of June, we have only picked up 8 100ths of an inch of rain. So any rain we could get would be welcome across central Georgia. Today, headed for a high temperature of 94. Mostly sunny. Do have a chance of a high fire danger thanks to that low humidity. Any breeze we do see would help with that. Sunrise is here in the next few minutes at 6:27 this morning. Here comes the 7-day forecast. There are those hot temperatures. A 10% chance of rain on Wednesday and Thursday, but the better rain chances Friday, Saturday, Sunday. A 20% chance of rain. The good news is next weekend, even though the humidity comes back, the high temperatures beginning to come down back into the mid 90s, still above average for the end of June, but we are going to be hot across central Georgia.